how to connect online to get more clients, sales, and opportunities. I'm Joanne Tan. I'm the founder and CEO of 10 Plus Brand. I'm a brand strategist and creative director. A little introduction about myself. I hate to toot my own horn, but just want to let you know everything in my past, my training, my experience are used for branding businesses and professionals. Nothing is wasted. So I have a law degree, and I also coach businesses one-to-one, mainly with CEOs and the business owners when I brand them. And I used to be a newspaper designer and editor, professional. And I am also an award-winning professional photographer. I paint and I write poetry, and I had a liberal arts education at Brandeis University near Boston. And I'm an avid opera lover. So the analytical skills and the business strategies and the designing and editing and understanding humanity and being creative for my clients' brands and using artistry to amplify their substance, everything is useful. Now, here are my awesome team members. They are writers and editors and SEO experts, and very educated and creative and experienced, and video production crew, and we also have graphic and website designers and developers. Here, let's dive into this. LinkedIn and website. Number one myth. I hear this all the time. Oh, my clients come from referrals and word of mouth. I really don't rely on LinkedIn for my business. Well, during COVID and beyond, there is a 40% increase during COVID for online transaction of business, online prospecting, online vetting, online everything. This is not going to change after COVID. Even if you were referred, your prospect goes to LinkedIn and website to vet you. And that's where they get the first impression. Hopefully that's not the last impression. Why your website and LinkedIn matter, and here are my own stories. On LinkedIn, I am ranked by their social selling index. I'm the top 1% in my profession. So when Facebook was rebranding itself, I got a message from LinkedIn, from Washington Post, asking me to weigh in as a branding expert. How did they find out about me? I did something right on LinkedIn, okay? I never met any of them. And also this painting, I had this on one of my 4 websites for my art and photography. And I never thought that somebody would be interested in buying it. Well, right before Christmas, somebody approached me and he said, I searched online and I found this painting and I really want to buy it. That would never have happened without my website. Now, I do have new clients onboarding who found me from LinkedIn or found me from my website, or just doing a Google word search and found me. But once my website was down and I was having a breakfast, I was having a one-to-one word of mouth referral breakfast with a prospect, and he said, your website is down. It was down only for 24 hours, okay? So myth number 2, I don't want my LinkedIn profile to be too wordy. It's my style to be succinct and less is more. Do you want to feed your prospect and the search engine a buffet? That means they can choose and pick what to read and what not to read. Or just a bag of snacks. Obviously, you want to have more content, but more is not necessarily wordy and verbose. Substance does not necessarily have to be verbose, but you need to have enough for them to choose. Brands thrive, businesses just survive. Your LinkedIn profile and your website is your brand. What does brand do to a business? This is the age of social media. It turns buyers into followers and turns sellers into influencers. And instead of selling products and services, you are forming a loyal brand club, a fan club. Nike, for example. After all, they're just shoes. But Nike has been consistently aligning itself with the top athletes in controversies, taking side like the 49er quarterback Colin Kaepernick, about the racial issues. So people are no longer identifying Nike just as shoes, and they're buying Nike for sharing similar beliefs. So that is turning product services into fan clubs. So when you have a brand, the ROI can be 40% increase in business volume. That is industry specific because it depends on the nature of the services and businesses, okay? Well, not all of them will have this result, but I do have clients who have increased the business 40% once their business is thoroughly branded. And a brand is at least 2.5 times higher value than just a book of business when the brand is sold or transferred. The brand has equity. I want to see an example of an ineffective website. As of now, there has not been a single person who can look at this old website and knew exactly what they do. This is a newly rebranded website that me and my team helped them after going through our branding process. And I'll explain to you what it is, what that process is. Now, empowering care with technology. No more than 5 words tagline. We support safety net providers riding the digital wave. That's Medi-Cal, Medicaid. So they are supporting them to ride the digital wave. See how clear it is, okay? And then there is a brand foundational script. I call it the DNA script. We are the surfboard supporting you to ride the digital waves. And we turn that brand foundational DNA script into a video that anchors the website. And then whom do we serve? 3 areas. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And then explaining in words what are these 3 areas. And then what do we serve? Our service. What do we help you with? Boom, boom, boom. And then in details exactly what are these 3 services. And then our unique value propositions, like 5 pillars. This is the footer for all pages. Empowering care with technology. Driving this, nailing this again. So we transformed words into stories, data into emotions, and concepts into trust. How did we do it? Decode, brand DNA, create, brand structure, strategies, stories, amplify with technology, with social media. So Decode the brand DNA is the foundation of the foundation. It makes the difference between a leaning tower of Pisa or 150-story high, standing tall, a skyscraper. So the foundation is the DNA. That's like the constitution of your brand. And then you create 1, 2, 3. I will tell you later. Amplify brand messaging with technology. That's the secret sauce to our transformation of that website and many linking profiles and websites. So Decode. Whom, who, and what. 95% of linking profiles and websites are all about me, us, what I, or what we do. That's it. It's not all about me and us. It's about them. Who are them? The first circle, first of the 3 circles, is about you. Get yourself grounded, okay? What does my brand stand for? My whys, why I do what I do. And the second circle is about them, is whom you serve. You have to know them inside out as if you're married to them 40 years. That's your target audience. And the third circle is your competitors, your peers. Your relationship to them and your brand relative to their brands create your differentiators. So where the 3 circles overlap is your brand. Decode. Remember, decode, create, amplify. Let's just decode. Number 1 is decode. The first circle is me. What does my brand stand for? Why do I do what I do? My vision, my belief, my why, and my unalienable right, birthright. And that is everybody is created unique by God. We have a birthright to claim our unique identity, our unique way of seeing the world, our unique way of serving the world, with our vision, our plans, our strategies, based on what our callings are based on our individual DNA. We have a proprietary 40-question questionnaire to decode a brand's DNA. It takes time. It takes many brainstorming sessions. Let's say that I'd rather take the full length to deliver a full-term 9-month baby than a 3-month preemie. So that process cannot be rushed, okay? And decode, what's the purpose of decoding me, my DNA? So that you can be inspiring and empowering as a brand, okay? So you can evoke rather than describe on your LinkedIn and website, to share your vision, to share your passion, to share your whys, okay? We need to get yourself not only grounded first, because you have to get yourself grounded first before you can serve anybody, but you need to have vision. You need to know you cannot be successful by being a grinder, like nose on the grindstone, working in your business, rather than working on your business. Know your North Star, know what inspires you, what inspires others. So be the stargazer rather than a nose on the grindstone grinder. This is both internally, you can inspire and empower your workforce, your management, your employees, and externally, your buyers, your followers, your customers. Second circle is decode your target audience. Whom you serve is who feeds you. You need to know them inside out, know their dreams, know their desires, their needs, their pain points, their worries, their concerns. You need to define your target audience. You have to focus on the particular group of people that best fit and best align with your DNA, with your unique value propositions. So that's why I ask, why do they deserve your service and products? Because when you work with the best fit, your work is like play. It's joy. So your stories are for whose ears? It's your carefully well-defined target audience. You know their pain points, and you show that I have the chops for your pain points. I have solutions, and I have the relevance, expertise, skills, and passions, okay? And I can add value. I can make a difference. I can solve specific problems, okay, for those group. So if your target audience likes to hear Peking opera, you are not singing country music on the guitar. This is very targeted, focused, because you cannot be all thing to all men. That's not a recipe for success. Okay, and then decode, the third circle is your competitors and peers. Your brand needs to be differentiated with your unique fingerprints, because remember, that's our unalienable right, birthright. We are all unique. But you got to carefully study in your industry and your ecosystems, and in your focused areas of service or products, your competitors and peers, what are their focuses are, what are their unique value propositions, and then you define your brand's unique value proposition relative to theirs. In addition to the usual, what I do in the past and now, what product services I offer now, what college I went to, what skills I have, you need to offer your target audience about your differentiators, what they get from you that they don't get from your competitors. After decoding all three areas, time to create strategies, structure, and stories. You need a comprehensive brand strategy for a holistic online presence. You'd rather first plan how you're going to win the war and plan the battlefields before you deploy soldiers. And you're never going to deploy the same soldiers in different fields. And the soldiers are the stories, the keywords, the SEO strategies, the entire internet with different platforms as your battlefields. Then you create content Content is the king, engagement is the queen. So make sure you make the content easy for the brains and eyes. Easy, structured, easy to read, bullet points, tell stories, use short sentences, and make it interactive. Okay, better content is your original writing, or you hire someone to ghostwrite for you. Best content is high quality videos based on high quality content. And remember, when you create messaging, narratives, stories, use the 660 rule. That's a 6-year-old language for the value of a 60-year-old. And humanize first, professionalize second. You got to recognize each other's humanity. You got to relate to them on the emotional level to convey trust and competence. And those are in 2 areas of the brains. And I will explain about that later. Then amplify, decode, create, amplify. Amplify with AI-enabled digital and content marketing. That's what we do at 10 Plus Brand. I call it 80-20. 80% are high quality, curated, repurposed content. 4 to 5 posts a week, okay, on social media platforms. And then 20% is original blogging on website and social media. It has the highest value by Google. And then social media, you do the engagement, like and share and comment, being a responsible, active community member, because the more you do that for others, the more your noticeability is on the platform. But I do believe that substance is more important than the methods, and customers above metrics. Don't be carried away with the metrics. Is there any magic bullet to get more customers, sales, and opportunities? The answer is there is no shortcut. It's not a good idea to rush into some kind of marketing technology, spend a lot of money until you have already firmly established your brand DNA, you zoomed in on your carefully selected target audience, and you have differentiated your brand from your peers and competitors, and you have crafted your brand stories that is impactful, succinct, authentic, and moving to convey trust and competence. Okay, decode, create, amplify. Putting it all together is the hardest part, because our brains are made to have the decision making in the limbic midbrain. That's where trust resides, where there's no capacity for language or logic. So people decide emotionally first in the midbrain, limbic brain, and then they substantiate their decision with the prefrontal lobe, the cerebral cortex, the upper brain. That's where logic, language, and numbers reside. That's the newest developed brain area. So between the two, the logic and the trust, the science and the art, is vision. Because decoding, creating, amplify is under the North Star of a brand's vision. And how to see your own vision, because we are all in the forest of our own making. We need each other. At 10 Plus Brand, we are your trained eyes and brains to help you see outside your forest. And we let the world see your best. We function as your mirror, because nobody can be their own mirror, spotlight, and investigator. We dig the gold nugget from you and to show the world. And we're your strategist, your storyteller, coach and director, and creative talent. So this is the golden age of branding. Internet is a level playing field for everybody with speed and impact. Brand power no longer belongs only to power brands. Now look at those power brands. They've been around for a long time. Sears, JCPenney, Amazon. But they all have the same access to internet. As an entrepreneur, as a dreamer, as small businesses, mid-sized businesses, professionals. So use it or lose it. Now, be a power brand. Here are the 5 takeaways. Be your online, authentic, full, best self. Share not just your mind, your heart, your soul. the holistic brand. And your story is about serving your target audience and make it easier for their brains and eyes and for the search engine too. So align the 3 circles and deliver the 3 S's. Read it from their point of view. Does it sound and look and feel good to them? And keep evolving and refining yourself, your goals, and your services. It never ends. Bonus takeaways. Be humble. A master surgeon cannot operate on himself. A hairdresser cannot cut her own hair. So get help to see your blind spot and decode your DNA. Invest in yourself and your brand first. Get yourself grounded. Then success will surely come. Here, complimentary evaluation service for you. Link in profile and the website. So contact me. Here are my contact information, and I'll answer your questions in the Q&A session following this presentation. Thank you so much.